Hey everyone, this is Tanya the Lady Strange. This is going to be the collective reading for the week of October 27th of 2024 to November 2nd of 2024. That's how I do my readings. Now this is just a collective general reading, so take away what resonates for you if this resonates with you. If not, that's also fine. Now again, just a general reading. We are approaching Samhain in a few days. The veil is very thin. The temperature's changing here where I am in central New York State. It's cool now after having a nice, spoiled with a nice warm week last week. But there's the crunching of the leaves. You can feel that. And I feel the whispers of my ancestors, the messages, and the spirits around me, and the energies. And of course the magic. So again, we're going to see what the tarot has for us. So the tarot we'll be using today is going to be Bohemian Gothic for this week. It's such a lovely deck by Baba Studios. And then, of course, my Haunted Manor. Of course, she goes incompatible with many of my decks. But she also has amazing energies, a clarifier, and just hauntingly beautiful, which is perfect for this time of year and spooky season. And a compliment to the Bohemian Gothic. They speak well together. And I'm also going to add into the mix, you'll see I've had a first impressions from last year, and also a review of this deck, Purgatorium Hex by Mr. Freiborg. An amazing deck. It's very witchcraft, colonial, black and white. It's all black and white, and devils and demons in there. So if this is not your thing, then you can also turn back now. But again, it's just some messages, and it's appropriate for spooky season. But every day is spooky for me and strange, hence the Lady Strange. So let's get into it. Okay, let's see what the Bohemian Gothic and my guides and spirits and my gift have for the collective this week. On just the overall collective to be mindful of and aware of this week of October that finishes as October and steps into November. The type of energies and circumstances that may affect those of us who this may apply to or resonate with in our day-to-day life experience and potentially spiritual magical path, marrying the magic and the mundane. Let's see what is brought from across the veil and what also the ancestors speak and guide. Just the collective need to know, and also myself included in the collective, that we should know to help us navigate through the energies and experiences that we have this upcoming week, this current week. See, I'll pull three like I usually do. Justice. Of course, Justice is one of my birth cards. And one of my favorite cards of the tarot. We have King of Pentacles as the second card. And lastly for the tarot, we have Temperance. So these cards are beautiful. They, in this deck, it is a beautifully haunting oracle, or tarot, not oracle, apologize. But it is a gorgeous, very well thought out and magical deck with spirits, demons, vampires, etc. So, but it's done in a very gorgeous Bohemian Gothic, hence the name, type of inspired aesthetic, and has Prague in it. So to get to the message on that, that's why I picked this, and I've been using this deck. Hit on me for when I was looking for it for yesterday for a card reading event, but showed up at the last minute. So yes, it was meant to be. And she likes to read for others. So with justice here and with temperance, with these two in here, there is an indication this week of a need for balance because, again, Samhain, Halloween, but also with balancing our energies. Last week, we had the energies that have been being carried through for the past couple months in the same. So things are going to come into much more alignment and balance this week, and justice will be found. Now, justice will be found whether you, in a favorable level, as long as you've been acting as the best version of yourself, or what you can deal with, or how you have, should I say, of your day-to-day experiences and path, and how you experience life and how you interact with it and interact with others. A sense of justice, though, energetically is going to come into more a balance where there's been a lot of more uncertainty in the past several weeks on different levels. The good and the bad and the in-between, obviously. But this justice is also you bringing justice and discernment to situations. How you will bring that to others in your environment. Because as you can see, the judge can be a good thing in this picture, but in the background you can kind of see he is potentially may have good intentions and bad intentions or be affected by others and others affecting him. So that's also how others affect us and whom this may resonate with. Is it a good influence or a bad influence? And how are we going to bring good and balanced influence, and how we are going to have justice served to us and how we serve justice to others? That balance and that perspective. Now, with the temperance on here, it's indicating a need of alchemizing and balancing to get that. So, need to bring things into alignment this week of what we have learned, experienced, and grown and cultivated, but also what we have let go and our thoughts and experiences in the past several weeks. As I mentioned, this I feel that is coming in more into our past 2 months, 6 weeks, 2 months. This is coming into a message of alignment. Find that balance, that patience of the temperance, the understanding that the scales are being tipped to balance out and to bring out what is needed. A sense of patience, a sense of culmination, sense of finding a understanding of why certain things have occurred that have needed to let go, and how we're going to bring forth what we need to, a mixture of the strengths and the emotions and what temperance brings to our life. How temperance also is about alchemizing oneself and one's experiences and wisdom and circumstances. So this is going to be a good week, I do feel. I feel that things are going to come more into play and a lot more understanding with that justice and with that temperance, and how we use the temperance with the justice to bring about a balance, a much more needed balance and alignment. And how life is going to finally start reflecting it, at least this week. And especially with that King of Pentacles here. Now, the King of Pentacles, to me, is speaking of the energies of being grounded, the energies of using your wisdom, and bringing things into the material realm. That is how we see and experience our jobs, our careers, our home life, our finances. Is much needed in this ever-changing and evolving world, seasons, and just life as we each experience and affect one another. The King of Pentacles is also about being very grounded in a very wisdom type of energy, just staying down to earth with our emotions, our experiences, and how justice may play out for each of us and how we may help to affect that as we affect our lives with our thoughts, feelings, and energies. I'm an overthinker, so and anxiety, so that will also play into that. But it's also on how you deal and experience with it and how you have that's going to continue to bring forth into the future. Now let's see what the message has. And being like the King of Pentacles by that way, being grounded, ruling your personal kingdom, and embracing the divine aspect of that. Now, let's see, the Purgatorium Hex in this is going to actually be the energies that will affect the justice and the judgment and an acting of embracing the King of Pentacles, but also how the King of Pentacles energies and beings in your life, meaning the masculine figures, whether they're male or female. Masculine energy can go both ways. We each have our own masculine and feminine energies, no matter how we may identify as a woman, a man, or gender. Gender doesn't really play a role. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's clarify for the collective. They need to know for justice, temperance, and the King of Pentacles for this very liminal type of week. And whoever this may need to apply for, or will apply for, should I say. Okay, I'm going to pull two. So we got prayer. You see the hands with the rosary or the mala, whether you are aligned with that prayer. Now, prayer doesn't mean that. Prayer means how you connect and respond in your support system and what you're calling forth and what you're calling forth for needed assistance and what you're trying to attract, and the prayer of connecting with our ancestors this week, because it's very liminal. So the prayers that we have. But also, again, these images are pretty confronting, but I love that type of thing on there because it helps to experience that temperance. So digging. So in this case, that it is saying is it's not as negative as potentially the card may connotate, but of digging into what lies beneath, and that we have done the digging. That means the digging up and bringing to the surface of our day-to-day life and our experiences and how we interact, but digging into what's beneath the surface and unearthing what we need or have needed to get through and will get us through for the upcoming season, especially if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and if you come into the actual, we're coming into the cold, the wintry seasons, the kind of inner reflective and what we need to bring. So we have unearthed that, and that's going to bring about justice and balance and temperance of what's going to get us to go forward of what we have created and what we need to continue to need for our resources and be like the King of Pentacles. Now let's see the final advice of the Haunted Manor Oracle. What should the collective know in conjunction with what has been unearthed and the resources we have to let go, but also what we have used, and the prayer of connecting with our ancestors, our support systems, and having the prayers of what we need and what we have called forth and prayed for. And just not on a religious level, but just a day-to-day level and what we have been working on. Finding that sense of justice and how we will flow through how justice is dealt to us this week, and temperance to find that balance, no matter what that may look like. Okay, so we got the bathtub. Wash the worries away. So, Ken, saying to wash away your worries. That's saying cleansing, washing away those worries and anxieties. You will be provided for. You've done the hard work. For whom this is, I see you've done the hard work as best as you can. And piano, listen to your heart. Always a great message. Listen to your heart. Experience things of love. show others love, show yourself love and compassion. That's going to help to get through those energies of justice and temperance, and to stay grounded and in your divine masculine, and bring in that energy of the father type of energy, the older man type of energy, one who's experienced a lot and a lot of lessons and has a lot to provide us with, and those people in our life that may have that. So again, if this resonates with you or any of this and the message I've been guided to give, then please like and comment below. And also please subscribe to know that if my messages do resonate with others and my guidance, as others do with me, and stay strange and blessed be.